Welcome to the stage, Cameron Speta!
Hello everybody, thank you so much for coming to my coming out party in the McVeigh Theater! It's so good to see all these friendly faces here in the audience, or at least I would assume so, the lights are so bright. Yes, I am non-binary, and that is a trans identity, which means I'm not a man despite appearances. And the way that non-binary people and trans-classic people differ is how we present our gender. I aim for gender confusion, whereas a trans-classic person wants to pass at all times. I want to walk into a room with my carefully styled look of rainbow Doc Martens, fishnet stockings, a strawberry print skirt, a striped shirt from J. Crew, my tungsten and orchid hair, and have people just look at me and go, "What the fuck?" But it's really hard to get that androgynous look when your body looks like a lumberjack with depression. Like, to an outside observer, I could cut down a tree if I got my act together. By the same token, I could be a man if I got my act together. But it's never gonna happen. And perhaps the worst question for a non-binary person to get is, what's your gender? That's, first of all, a terribly formed question. That would be like if I went up to my TA and said, "Hey Marcus, what STDs do you have?" It's incredibly invasive and it assumes you have them. I don't have a gender, please don't assume so. But as much as I hate getting asked what my gender is, I love just giving the most ridiculously outlandish answers possible. "Hey bro, what's your gender?" "I'm an all-around Shakespearean fool." Are you a boy or a girl?" "I am a proper swashbuckler on the high seas." Should I put you down as Mr. or Miss Speta on this form?" My full title is the heaven-exalted ruler and grand sovereign of the Andromeda Galaxy. Please address me as such. And I think the worst way you can ask the question, "What's your gender?" is to say, "What's in your pants?" What's in my pants? My legs. What's in my pants? It's like they're gonna put in what my genitals are and what I look like into their little math equation and figure out my gender, but that's not how it works. You wanna know my bits? Sir, that's between me and my intimate partner, and unless you're trying to seduce me right now, you're not gonna happen. Unless. And it's at that point they start short-circuiting a little bit, trying to figure out, their own orientation and just what I am exactly. And that's called trans panic, and that's a real problem for everybody, whether you're cis, trans, or non-binary. Like, let me explain. I'll hit it off with a cis woman, and I'll slip in there pretty early on that I'm non-binary. Usually it goes ignored or misunderstood, in which case, please educate yourself. And we'll go back to my place, and she'll see the 3 pride flags I have on my wall. Non-binary pride, asexual pride, City of Chicago. And she'll ask, "What's that flag?" "Oh, that's the City of Chicago flag." I can understand it. No. Well, is that a pride flag? "Yeah, it's the non-binary pride flag. Remember I told you about this?" Sure. But it's not until the post-nut clarity that she realizes, wait a minute, I just had sex with a trans person. And usually when that happens, cis people react in one of 2 ways. Either they go through a whole existential crisis and arrive at a good outcome where they figure out, maybe trans people are good. Or they do the same thing, but arrive at an outcome where they try to kill me, but it's fine, I keep a sword by my bed. As I said, I'm a swashbuckler. And some people out there, they've said to me, they've given me this advice. "Cameron, if you don't want people to try and kill you, maybe you should just stay in the closet." Why do I come out to people? Oh, why is it that birds fly? Why does Bernie Sanders throw up his hands like this? It's in our nature. We wouldn't be living if we didn't. Thank you all very much.